Sports Nights with Jorge.
All right, sports fans, welcome to Sports Night with Jorge. Once again, thank you so much. My preview for the upcoming game between Miami and the Carolina Panthers down in Carolina, down there in Bank of America Stadium at 1 o'clock p.m. this Sunday. Listen, we have good news on Tyreek Hill. Saw a video today, which was amazing. He's taking steps little by little. It's going to be, a while for a full recovery, but so far there's good sign of him, today walking with a walker and taking step by step. That is the best thing that you could see from a player. I'm going to break down some key players that I like to see actually perform in this game. On the defensive side of the ball. As you know, we are struggling against the run. Our defense with Weaver, and I think it's more of them getting used to their identity. I think they're not comfortable yet with the system. Remember, we got players from different type of positions that are learning, actually, the defensive side of the ball. On the offensive side, the good news is this offensive line has not allowed a sack in 2 games in a row, which is incredible. You do see a little bit of an upgrade in this team when it comes to the offensive line. Tua is running more, is running and throwing at the same time. He's making good decision in the last 2 games, which is great. That's something that is actually exciting to see. But on the defensive side, I am concerned. Now, can we win this game? Yes, I believe so. I think when you get your first win of the year and starting 0-3, it really, really gives you a better heads up. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining in, buddy. So, you have to understand one thing, man. If we could take this one game at a time and you had that gut feeling of losing 3 in a row, now you beat the Jets on your rival team, you feel much better. Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's bad that he got injured that night. I felt so bad about it. But yeah, I mean, this is something that, as fans, we worry about of our team. But now that we pick up the first win against the Jets, now we move forward. Now you have a better locker room with a better relief saying, hey, we got to win. Let's start from here. And I believe the Dolphins could win at least 3 of these 4 upcoming games. So, that's nice. That's nice, man. I would like to get a helmet, but it's hard to get a helmet down here in Georgia. So I try to tell fans, we started off probably in the wrong foot of the season, but the defense is what I'm actually worried about right now. Can they get something going? I think Weaver's about to change. I think there's so many players changing their positions. Okay, I know we got Storm Duck that got hurt. Okay, and now, you look at this team, and you got a Douglas you signed, a former Super Bowl champion guy, and you put him in this kind of scheme of defense, which is kind of different. All right, it's hard to adjust. So I think Miami defense, which the good thing that happened Monday night, is the 3 turnovers. So I think the big players need to step it up. Believe it or not, and I know it's kind of hard when you allow the running, because I don't know what happened with the front 7. we're supposed to have one of the best front seven in this league because really, Chubbs, Grant, Zach Sealer, which don't know what happened to Zach Sealer. Great run blocker. Run defender. Sorry, not blocker. Defender, defending the run. And now suddenly we're getting run. The Jets had a total of 400 yards in that game. 197 was running the ball. So I believe that we have to, give it time. And this 4-game stretch they got now with Carolina, Carolina, and probably the hardest game is going to be the LA Chargers, but Carolina, and then you got the Atlanta Falcons. So their stretch coming up, listen, it can help this team probably pick up more. How can I say this? Get more. You want to say more experience at the defensive side. Get people to get more. Learn the plays more. I don't know. It's just that changing of players is kind of difficult when you change it when they're injured. And yeah, the injury excuses, guys, believe it or not, unfortunately, it's sad to say this, it is over for the team. Why? Because right now, if you look what's happening in the NFL, the past 3 weeks, now 4 weeks, actually, how many quarterbacks are injured? How many offensive linemen are injured? And now Miami has an opportunity to take advantage of this right now. And I believe they can. Why? Because, they're getting healthier, believe it or not, at the last minute. Look what Waller did. He came out, he came back in. Now, of course, I saw the injury report. He's questionable with a hip injury. That just came up today. I look at all this, and it's going to take time for the defense to develop. The offensive side now, I can see the change already. But this is my two key player that I see. And by the way, the Dolphins are 6-2 versus the Panthers here, career-wise. Okay, Carolina has lost 42-21. They lost 33-10. The twice they beat us was at Miami, at Carolina. I guess they beat us 45-21. So if you look at this, Miami has done well with this team. Now, players who step up will be Waddle. I think Waddle, now that Tyreek is down for the whole year, I think Waddle is the one that has to step up. So far, this is what Waddle has done for the year. 10.9 average, 185 yards, total yards, 17 reception, 2 receiving touchdown. Against the AFC, he has been targeted 23 times, 17 reception. So you look at the statistics when it comes to Waddle. Now he is the number one guy. Okay, so now who's going to step after that? All right, because you know what defenders are going to do to Waddle. Okay, and remember, Tua, the first 2 years where Waddle was with Tua, at the beginning, he had back-to-back 1,000 yards season. And that's one thing you got to look at. Now, they're going to go back to their Alabama ways, like you want to say it. But, of course, it's professional football. Now, on the bottom, you see his reception, 5 targets, 4 reception, 30 yards. The game we got blown, Then we had New England. He was targeted 6 times, caught 5 passes, 68 yards, caught a TD, 13.6 average, which is amazing. Okay, then against Buffalo, he was targeted 6 times, caught 5, 39 for 7.8 with a bad shoulder and still called a touchdown. And then against the Jets, he was targeted 6 times. He got three catches for 48 yards, a 16.0 average. And of course, that night against the Jets, we used Waller, our tight end. My thing is, what kind of game plan McDaniel is going to have for the Panthers? So, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I think Malik Washington is the next one to step up. Cedric Wilson already, it's in the injured list. We just picked him up, and he's injured. That's amazing, But it happens. Things happen, guys. Then the other one is Devontae A-Chain. I mean, Devon A-Chain is having, I can say, a good year already. Even though, just look at the carries. 7 carries. Okay, once again, we got blown by this team. But we got 7 carries, 55 yards, 7.9 average. Then against New England, they actually stopped him. 11 carries, 30 yards, 2.7. But then against Buffalo, a 5.2 average. Against the Jets, almost 100 yards, 5.1, and 1 TD. But the good thing about Devon A-Chain, he's also a great receiver from the outside. A good running back that could catch the ball. So I would like to see Ollie Gordon get the ball more. I would like to see the Dolphins change something a little bit against the Carolina Panthers. Listen, the Panthers allowed 47 points to New England. Now, when you tell me, well, that's New England Patriots, come on, we have a better talent than New England Patriots. Maybe not on defense, but on offense, I think we have a better talent. So those are the things that I see upcoming now with Carolina this Sunday. Unfortunately, guys, I might not go live for that game. I might be out of town that Sunday, believe it or not. It's actually my wife's birthday. We will go see the Atlanta Falcon game, but schedule has changed. Thing has changed now. So I'm going to try to probably join you guys in the chat if you guys watching the game. And by the way, listen, if you have not subscribed to the 305 Gridiron podcast or Aqua Veil podcast or Frozen Fin, the Matt Greek shorts, video shorts, listen, you're missing a lot, okay? These guys are amazing, tremendous. I mean, their point of view, man, is to the point. I know we all have different, perspective or ideas when it comes to the Miami Dolphins. I'm not a number guy. I don't look at numbers because I'll give you an example right now. We had less number than the Jets, but we got a W. You're bringing the W, it's okay. Yeah, imagine that, both Washington on the field. Listen, I know by a fact that it's expected. Waddle's going to be covered, but here's the difference between Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Tua throws deeper with Waddle than he throws Tyreek Hill. Why? Because of the speed. They both got speed, but more the inside. If you go deep, Waddle's always open, going deep. Yeah, I think he has more deep pass with Waddle than Tyreek. And quote me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, guys. But this is something that I'm looking at. I mean, I predicted last night Dolphin winning. I think it's 35-17. I got Tua throwing over 300 yards against this team. Listen, now they don't have a bad defense, even though they scored 47 points. But if you look at the yards of the New England Patriots, it makes you think a little. Okay, but once again, those are yards, right? But I bet you make mistakes. What helped Miami? Let me tell you what helped, and let's be honest. What helped Miami on Monday night? We got to be honest about this. The Jets, 13 penalties, 101 yards. You're not going to win like that in this league. Turnovers, we got 3. All right? We forced a turnover straightly into the end zone. The running back cut up the middle. If it wasn't, I think it was Brooks that knocked the ball, or Douglas, I forgot who hit the ball, and Malik picked it up, it would have been a different story now talking to us on Monday night. So you got to look at the pros and cons, right? So I'm trying to stay positive. But if you make 13 penalties in a game for 101 yards, that's discipline. That's a coach issue. The Jets is not as bad as you think they are. Maybe because they're 0-4. You say, man, they're bad. And Miami's was 0-3. But now I feel comfortable that Miami, by winning this game, going to Carolina, I think it's a major boost for them. Because now they know they can win. When you get that win, your first win in the NFL, when you're winless, and you pick up that win, that changed the momentum completely. That's why I believe Miami will go into Carolina and beat Carolina. I think the defense, my concern is, can the defense stop the run? Miami's about to face great running backs this upcoming games. Okay? I want to see Weaver do something with this defense. And I think he is changing, which I believe it. He was changing players this week against Carolina. I mean, you got to do something. We cannot continue allowing all these runs, all these gaps. Okay, passing, we're not that bad, to be honest with you. Passing defense, we're not that bad. Okay, but running the ball, no, man, we can't allow that. I mean, you know, Zach Sealer was paid a good contract, and I'm not saying that, you know, that maybe he's not paying, you know, he's not playing as his potential. But I can tell you something, he could help this ball club. So is Grant. Grant's a rookie. Grant's going to make mistakes. See, the same thing, offensive line with Jonah. We hear so much about Jonah not playing as well as he is. But listen, the team has not allowed any sacks in 2 games. So, yeah, they're going to have to listen, I know that the other guy, you know, the other guy's not Justin Fields, okay? But I've seen him run before. When they play in Miami, which Miami won big in Miami years ago, listen, when I see that, I say, wow. Don't fall asleep on the Panthers. That's it. I mean, yeah, they got blown. They got blown big time. They got beaten big time. You know, Young is a young quarterback. Tua is a older quarterback. Has been here in the in the league. So, and I'm gonna give you some numbers of both quarterbacks. Tua is 79 completions, 79 completion of 114 attempts, 7 TDs, 4 touchdowns. I mean, 7 TDs, 4 interceptions. Excuse me there. Bryce Young, it's 87 for 144, 5 TDs, 3 interceptions. A-Chain, 50 carries, 1 TD, 246. Now, Hubert, running back, is questionable. So he might not play. That might give Miami a little advantage. Of course, our leading receiver was Tyreek Hill before he got injured. He had 21 reception, 1 TD, 265 yards. So they got McMillan, wide receiver, 278 yards and 18 receptions. Chubbs lead the Dolphins with 3 sacks. Walton, defensive tackle, is also questionable for Carolina. So you got Brooks, linebacker, 44 tackles this man already has. And we're into our 5th game. He is playing good ball, by the way. So now let me go to the injuries for a second. I didn't say. You see, we have Darren Waller, questionable hip, which it says return day on the 5th, so he's going to play Sunday. Cedric Wilson Jr., questionable knee. Then we had Tyreek Hill, IR course knee, torn ACL. He's gone for the year. Jason Sanders still out with a hip. Back to return October 12th. Storm Duck is questionable and probably to return back October 15th. And he's an ankle injury. So we have players but we don't have enough injuries like we used to. So I believe that this team could actually do something in Carolina and then go back home and make another statement. And that statement is beating the Chargers. See, this is not a statement game for the Miami Dolphins. The real statement game is beating the Chargers. The Chargers lost 2 offensive tackle already. Okay, so that is a good thing for the Dolphins. And the team that Miami's playing, they have lost a lot of players. So there's a lot of injuries out there. This quarterback's injured. I mean, you tell me about it. I mean, it's getting now that Miami, I feel this way. They're getting more healthier. Okay, get better on defense. Take care of the Panthers in North Carolina. Come back home, face the Chargers, okay, and make a statement. You do that, and then the schedule you come next, it'll be Cleveland, at Cleveland, okay, a winnable game. Atlanta, another winnable game, because now they go back to back on the road. Then they come home against the Ravens, and the Ravens are looking bad, guys. The Ravens are not looking that good. Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson now injury. I mean, they don't look as good as they. So Miami might have a little edge here, but of course we only could take this one game at a time, and I believe Miami could actually do something. I don't know. They could win 3 out of 5, or they could win 4 out of 5, and I think they're back where they need to be. But once again, it starts with the defense, guys. I'm not worried about the offense anymore. I know we still got the right side that's weak, but I believe Miami can overcome all this coming up. Okay, take care of Carolina. Go home and make a statement against the Chargers. Listen, Tua and Herbert, they have good games. And Tua has been Herbert, 2 out of 3, I think, have played. So, and I have to look at the stats on that. But yeah, Tua is looking better than Herbert. And remember, we went to L.A. and beat him down there. So that was Tyreek Hill catch at the end zone. So there's, yes, there is a big loss with Tyreek Hill gone. But now is when we need everybody to step it up. Listen, I was looking at this roster. This roster is full of, talent. Let's be honest. They got talent on the offensive side. Defensive side, once again, they're going to have to work. But looking at the schedule of Miami, man, and then after the Ravens, and I'm going to go back. Okay, Buffalo comes to Miami. Then it gets a little harder when we go to Barcelona to face the Commanders, which they're not playing bad either, and their quarterback is coming back from injury too. So listen, anything could happen. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm concerned now with the Carolina Panthers. I'm gonna say this. Even though we beat the Jets, right? We took the lead. And once again, I'm not a guy that believes in, let's be conservative. No. You continue to pound the ball, run the ball, eat the clock out. It's like you're playing a playoff game. It's like you're playing from behind. This is where I don't like when the Dolphins, and not only the Dolphins, some other team does it too. They get so comfortable, they have a lead, and they'll say, hey, it's okay with it. And it's not okay with it. I feel that, you have to grind and continue to grind and continue grinding until, listen, that team you're facing just give up and says, man, we can't stop them. You got to mix with Ollie. Okay, you got to mix your offensive plays. Once again, I'm going to say this again. It comes with execution. McDaniel has to execute along with the players. Execute your plays. You execute your plays. Now, is it going to be perfect in every down? No. But you need to execute if you want to reach the next level. Because, listen, there's some good play. And I give credit to McDaniel. He did some good play calling against the Bills. He did some good against the Jets. But then he gets too conservative, and here we go. Give the ball back to the Jets. Justin Fields ain't no joke, guys. I mean, this guy, if he takes off, he takes off. Okay, so we don't need Bryce Young to be taking off. This is where McDaniel defense, along with Weaver, we need a change. And if we don't change that, guys, it's going to be a long season for the Dolphins. I mean, and I don't want to say that because, once again, once you get your first win of the season, you feel different. You are a different team. It doesn't matter. You're going to go out there and battle regardless. Why? Because you know you already won your first game. Those that haven't won their first game, it is so difficult to say, man, we're trying, and they try every week. So I believe the Dolphins are going to go to North Carolina, beat the Panthers. Now, easy for me to say, right? Uh, come home and then make a statement against the Chargers. That is the key word. Man, I look at this lineup: Chubbs, Phillip, Chop Robinson. Listen, what's happening here? What's Weaver's actually doing with this defense, right? Just ask yourself. These are pro players, right? Pro bowlers, players. And don't know what kind of scheme he's using. Maybe he's using the wrong scheme. Instead of a 4-3, maybe a 3-4. I don't know. I can see that the improvement week to week, once again, from the offense. But the defense against the run, I don't know. I don't feel too comfortable yet. Maybe if they pick up a couple more wins for me, I think I feel more comfortable where this team is heading and what direction, the team is going. We got close to the trade deadline. Will Greer make a trade to better the offensive line? We have good players that we could trade, to be honest with you. We do. We got great players. Will that happen? Or or he'll keep Weaver and McDaniel all the way to the rest of the year and see what happens. That's my thing. I see now that we have a chance, guys and girls. We do have a chance. We could do something special this year, and I'm praying that we do. I believe that this team could actually do something special. The fan base continue with how they feel, what they saw. A lot of them are not convinced yet. Miami has to put the best product on the field, right? And right now, talent-wise, I'm going to be honest with you, they're talented. It's just that right now it's not working for them, right? Well, let's look at the bright side. We got our first win. So with the first win that we get today, that we got Monday night, let's try to get the second one and go from there. I mean, what do you guys think? Because that's what I think, guys. I mean, we still got what? We're in our 5th week. So 12 more games to go. Anything can happen. And if you look at the schedule of the Dolphins, and listen, I don't want nobody to get injured either. I'm going to say it again. I don't like no injuries. But the team that Miami's facing, they're struggling. Cleveland is struggling. The Ravens are struggling. Who would have said the Ravens were 1-3? Nobody. Who would have said that the Chargers, who lost, 2 weeks ago? Let me check my schedule here for a second. Because I'm like, what in the world? I mean, you got a team. They beat the Las Vegas Raiders, but then they lost to the Giants. That's the team I'm looking at. The Giants. They lost to the Giants. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. And when it comes to the defensive side, Miami's going to play tough opponents that have great running backs and mobile quarterbacks. Except, even though he does run, Herbert started to run lately. But if the Chargers lost to the Giants, you can't tell me we're not better than the Giants, because we are. That's all I can say. We are. So I just can't wait, man. I just can't wait. Unfortunately, like I said, Aquavale, if you're gonna go live, I might go see you live or Frozen Fin live because, like I say, I might not be here. I'll know more probably as I get closer to this. Tomorrow, Friday, and hopefully, let me see what I'm gonna do. If I don't go live, I go to Frozen Fin. I'll probably see both of you guys. If you guys are gonna go live for that game, I know you're going to the Charger game. That I know. And my plans are to go to the Atlanta game with my wife, but that probably has changed now. But listen, what do you think about the Dolphins? I mean, even though after the first win, do you really feel? Because I'm listening to fans right here where I live at. There's a lot of Dolphin fans where I actually work at, and they still don't feel too comfortable about the team. They don't believe yet that win against the Jets. They don't believe it. Why? Because they face a bad team. Oh, okay. That's good to know. Like that, I could know in case, because I'll probably be driving or I have my phone on, whatever. I mean, I have my phone on. If I make it on time, I might join that second half. I don't know. It depends. I have to go to, anyway, I'm going to Jacksonville, so I don't know how long it's going to take. And like I said, I'm not going to rush it. I got things to take care of. But my thing is, going back to Dolphin fans that I have talked to down here in where I'm at in Georgia. Believe me, there's a lot of Dolphin fans, and this is Atlanta Falcons town. So, but you got fans all over. I talked to them, and they said, this game against the Jets didn't convince me. I mean, they have a point, right? So, what did I say? Well, a win is a win, and I take it any given day. That's what I told them. And this team on defense, guys, that's all my concern. That's all my concern. What does Weaver have for the Carolina Panthers? Now, I know we could put pressure on Young. I know we could intercept Young. There's so many things because Young only throws to one receiver, by the way, and he's number one target. So, which is amazing. Which is McMillan is one of the biggest target, and his tight end. See, that's another thing. The tight end. That's what hurt Miami last time when we played with Carolina. We beat Carolina Panthers, but the tight end had a good game against Miami. I mean, see, I look at numbers. Yeah, you see, I agree with you. I mean, you're right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the Jets are a bad team. So, and they prove it because look at the mistakes they made in that game and the turnovers. Okay, you got to give credit to the defense. All right, they picked up 3 turnovers, but the Jets made 13 penalties. They actually hurt themselves. So Miami had 6 for 40 yards. That's one thing I think Miami also has to clean up a little bit. Not as bad as the previous game, but the discipline of McDaniels putting this team back in check here. Man, I believe in execution, man. Execution will lead you to victory. And I took this from Teron Armstead when he was interviewed. I told you this a while back. If you can't execute in this league, you can't win. It's just bottom line. Bottom line. You call a play, the play don't work, change it. You see, here's one thing I noticed about McDaniel a couple of games. How he changes. I haven't seen Weaver make that adjustment yet. Tell me if you have, because I haven't. I haven't seen it. You got big guys up the middle, man. It's like we're getting pushed. Every offensive line is pushing this defense back. Don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, right? Yeah, you see, that's a good thing. I mean, that's a good grade. That's a good grade, Aquavale. I mean, yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I saw Miami, and I'm not going to give them a B, a A. If I do, probably a C minus, because that's what I saw. Okay? Why? Because if you're playing a powerhouse team, listen, you're not going to make it. So Miami has a good road ahead of them to take an opportunity to get up to 500, play 500 ball, if you want to call it, and then take it from there. But it's going to take one game at a time. You know what I don't want? Because it's happened to this team before, is that their offense are getting better by protecting Tua. Okay? We average, 27 points, and then we average, 20, what was it, 20, 21 against Buffalo. Then we put 27 against the Jets, and then we did 27 against New England. So we're in the 20. So I want this team to jump up to the 30, 35 points. I believe that Waller, he's questionable with a hip, but I know he's going to play. Imagine Waller, Waddle, the two Washington guys, Malik, entire Washington. We got Eckler. I mean, we have a good core of receivers. So I don't think there's no way, no other excuse to say, hey, Miami cannot win this game. There's no excuses. I mean, Miami is more talented than the Panthers. Let's be honest. So that's one thing I'm actually, concerned about, because what? Yeah, you have to go out there and face the Panthers. Okay, yeah, and both teams are 1-3. So, and then Miami has 2 out of 3 road games, I think. Yeah, they got Carolina, then they go to Miami to the Chargers, and then they got Cleveland, and then they got Atlanta. So that's a lot of road games. Only one home game. Kind of tough. But can they do it? Yeah, because all these teams they're facing right now, they're having issues. They're having injuries. And who knows? Yeah, they have a better, with Tyreek, the dimension that Tyreek brings to the field, right, to the football field, it just spreads out everybody because of his speed. Now, remember, Waddle had his best 2 years with the Dolphins to beginning with Tua Tagovailoa. He had almost 1,000 yards, almost back-to-back years. I know he had one over 1,000, and the other one was like 997, whatever. He was short, then he made. So Tua and Waddle has worked together. But what's going to happen is, what defense is going to do? Oh, well, let's cover Waddle. Why? Because that's all. He doesn't have Tyreek. This is where we're talking earlier. Step up with your Washingtons, Malik Washington. Step up with Waller, your tight end. Because, see, that's what's going to happen. The moment they cover Waddle, which I think Waddle's going to have, I don't know. I said it the other night, last night. I got Waddle with 124 yards, and I think Waddle's going to have a great game against Carolina Panthers. I got A-Chain over 125 yards. I got Waller with 6 catches, 65 yards, 1 TD. I got Tua over 325 yards and 3 touchdowns. 1 to Waller and 2 to 2 to Waddle and 1 to Waller, and then A-Chain will have 2 rushing. So who knows? I mean, I want to see Miami score 35 points. I really do. I want to see Miami, if they could put up 35 and the defense can allow 17 points, and, that shows to you, say, hey, man, this team could score. They don't got Tyreek Hill. It'll make the opponent think more, wow, they scored 35 points and they don't have Tyreek Hill. And that's what I want to see from Tua and McDaniel. What is the game plan? Put some points up and see what happens. Now, with Tyreek there, a different dimension? Yeah, and it's a different dimension. It's going to be different. It's not going to be the same, like you said. So, and so now defensive players are going to say, hey, this guy's not here, so it's going to be easier to cover this guy. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what Tua has. I really do. I want to see McDaniel game plan and what Tua has Sunday against the Panthers. I really would like to see that. If they don't execute, guys, and they don't do what they have to do on Sunday, I believe it's a long season. Because then what happened on Monday night was a fluke. What happened on Monday night, it wasn't real. And that's what I don't want to happen. I don't want to sound negative. I don't. I want to see the team go there to Carolina, and you know what? Just beat them. Just beat them. And I know it's not too easy to win. No, too easy to win on the road. But listen, this is your chance now. This is where you step up and say, "Hey, I gotta do this. We won the first game at home. Let's change it around." But it starts from the defensive side. Offense, like I said, Tua is doing something I never seen in a while. He's scrambling. He's making decisions. He's throwing on the run. Tua is doing things right now that it's very impressive, guys. Something that, I just pray to God he doesn't get hurt, right? That's what we all pray. All right. But listen, with the defense that Miami has, okay, Tua is going to have to put up some points. Why? Because this is where my concern is. If we continue to run the ball, running the ball is the main thing for this team. And I believe they're going to continue to run the ball. I want to see Ali get more snap. I think I don't know about you, but I thought about this. Jalen Wright, I think they lost confidence in him. I don't know. I know he's coming back from injury. Don't know if McDaniel or Greer is, I don't know. It sounds like, okay, yeah, he fumbled a couple of times, remember? All right, but then let's give the guy a chance, see what happens. Ali Jr. is amazing, guys. Okay, this guy's, and I know that every running back dynamic is different. Okay, their technique is different. All right, because A-Chain, let me tell you, A-Chain is amazing, guys. Whether he catch the ball from the outside, it doesn't matter. As a receiver, as a running back, A-Chain is a beast in this league. I'm sorry to say that. All right, A-Chain is just amazing. Okay, that's something that I could tell you. I mean, you could take that to the bank. Now, give Ali the ball. Start changing things around. And that's what Miami needs to do, change things around. McDaniel has to come with a great game plan. I don't care if the team you're facing is 1-3. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's football. It's the National Football League. And you got to win your games, right? That's why they're professional. Both sides of the ball. I just feel that what I don't want to hear, and let me bring this back because I should start this from the beginning. What I don't want to hear from and it's going to happen. Let's be honest. It's going to happen. Well, Miami only could win against easy team. I'm going to tell you, that is going to stop this year. Miami has to prove themselves. I'm not worried. Carolina. Let's get Carolina first. But the proven game, the Chargers. The Chargers comes to your house. Let me see what you could do. All right? I know we beat the Jets once again. I've been saying this all night. All right? But now you have the Carolina Panthers. Take care of them. And let's see what happens. Then, when you get home, you think about the LA Chargers. I believe it's going to be a battle. Yeah, me too. I mean, I don't think he's going to get traded. I don't think A-Chain. Now, if somebody's going to get traded, I'm going to tell you who's going to be. It's going to be Jalen Wright. That I see it coming. I do see Jalen Wright not with the Dolphins. Unfortunately, his injury, his fumbles. I'm going to be honest with you. I think the Dolphins has lost a little bit of confidence on him. To build his confidence back up, you need to play him. And listen, he could have played. And I don't think he played. That's my concern. I think Miami saw something in Ollie Gordon. We got A-Chain. Let's be honest, Alcoveo. I mean, that's what I think. I could be wrong, guys. And the guy, Jalen Wright has good, attribution to, but I mean, his injury, his fumble, I don't know. I guess that's what they decided to say, hey, man, he's not a fit in the offense. And I'm not saying that he's not. I mean, he is a fit in the offense. It's just that, man, this league is hard to play, man. Let's be honest. I'm going to be honest with you guys. The National Football League is nothing that you're going to learn right away, okay? That you're not going to get adjusted right away. But it's just that, when you have too many players, too many stars, too many talent, and you were one of them last year because he was. You got to give Jalen Wright his parts too. We all got excited when we say, man, this guy's going to be another, probably better than A-Chain. Well, it did not happen that way. It wasn't better than A-Chain. Now we have Ollie Gordon. And Ollie Gordon, what has proved to me is, man, this guy could. Imagine us with a great offensive line. We're not bad. We're not good. We're in the middle. But imagine that, man. Him and A-Chain. I mean, A-Chain is doing it with I won't say bad offensive line, but because they got him better. Let's be honest. They got him better the last two games. Okay, they protected Tua. They're running the ball more. But, I mean, this is going to be something that against Carolina, here's the way I see it. That is another test for us. I believe there's a test coming for us. This is a test. Okay? And either what happened Monday night was a fluke or coming up this Sunday, hey, man, this team is real. This team is out to win. And listen, who knows? Maybe Tyreek Hill injury made the teammate give this team more motivation. And what I mean by that is, hey, man, let's do it for this guy. We don't have Tyreek, but, we could do this. See, what happened is it does change the dimensional, thing about the Dolphins. Everybody knows Tyreek Hill. So that changes right there. When you go to the field and face the Dolphins now, hey, they don't have Tyreek. Don't worry about it. But once again, what could happen? Can McDaniel do some tricks coming up Sunday? Can pick up one of these stars receiver and say, hey, but somebody got to step up. Not only you can't put the pressure on Waddle because it is on Waddle right now because everybody's looking at Waddle on Sunday. Well, I'm looking more than Waddle. I want to see who's the next up than Waddle. So it's a lot. I mean, it's pressure on the guy too. You're coming back and say, hey, man. So anything can happen, right? It's Sunday. So I would like to see, Tua comfortable, comfortable instead of running all the time, from the shotgun. I don't want to see him at center. I'd rather see him at the shotgun. But I don't know why. I see him at center, man. I get nervous when I see Tua in the center. I mean, I don't know. I'd rather have him in the shotgun, give him more leverage to look around the field, to look around to see what they could do. What players are open, the tight end, the receiver, the running backs. It's wide open. But at center, I don't feel comfortable. So, but listen, I know Carolina is bringing the pressure. So, but anyhow, those guys that they acquired on the defensive side of Miami with Douglas, Antoine Smith. Listen, I'm like you. I want to see Ethan Bonner. I really want to see the guy play. Okay, now he's not on the injured list that I've seen so far. I want to see Weaver make a change here. I mean, I want to see changes in the defensive side of the ball. I know McDaniel is trying everything on the right side of the offensive line, but I need to see Weaver make some changes for this team on the defensive side. I mean, do they trust each other? Are they playing with each other? I know I told you in the beginning, I think they're actually learning about who they are themselves as a team right? I don't think they're not there yet. The offensive line, it is looking much better. Not great, much better with Jonah, Brewer. Man, Patrick Paul is having a career. If this kid don't make the All-Pro this year, it's a joke. I think he's the best offensive lineman that Miami has right now. That's playing the best offensive line. Whether you agree or disagree with me, I think he's playing the best. The kid is a beast. He's big. He's huge. He's great with run blocks. He's a good protector. Jonah, rookie, learning the system. Now you might say how long it's going to take. Probably 5 games, 6 games, 7 games. Who knows? And rookie learns from their mistakes. So that's what I feel, guys. This is going to be, a game to watch, a game to follow. This is the real Miami Dolphins? Was it a fluke on Monday night? Or is it Miami really, really going to step up on Sunday and let the fan knows, hey, we're here. We're back. Who knows? And we're only going to know that when they step on the field on Sunday at 1 o'clock at Bank of America Stadium in North Carolina against the Panthers. I'm trying to stay positive. Yep. The run blocking, you're right. The interior, and like I said, our right side is what's actually hurting us, Aquavale. It's actually putting us, you could say, in a bad spot. One thing I want to say about the offensive line and McDaniel's gameplay. If you're up 10 points, 14 points, why do you throw the ball? Why don't you run the ball? So you don't run the ball because you don't trust your offensive line, because that's what eat the clock. Okay? Or you're trying to play more conservative because you have a 10-point lead. Let me tell you something. There is no lead in the NFL that's safe nowadays unless you up by 30, 40 points in the third quarter. And I'm dead serious when I say that. Because they feel so comfortable. And once again, listen, you continue to grind until you get that first down. I just, sometimes McDaniels, man, I'm not going to lie to you. And he has done 2 great games of play calling. So my thing is, what is Smith doing, our offensive coordinator? When will he call a real game? Ask myself that. When will the offensive coordinator will call a real game? Because he hasn't. So far, McDaniel has called all these games. So when he's going to let Smith take over and say, hey, man, here, you take over. I'll do my part on this side. Just questions to ask. Because, sometimes changes are good. And sometimes you have to admit to it. Hey, you change it, you're good, move on. It's great. But the Dolphins are going to have to step it up on Sunday. The fans, once again, are not too crazy about this win. They want to see more. And of course, our test will come out the following week against the Chargers. That's all I can say. So, but I was looking at statistic of Waddle versus the Panthers. Yeah, that is so true too. I agree with you on that. I really do. It's like I heard this the other day. Either you make it or break it. So if you make it and you break it, maybe I'm saying it wrong, but I heard this from a guy. What can you do, right? Continue to grind. And that's the word I use. I'm using grind a lot because you have to grind, man. You have to continue what you're doing. Don't change. And like I said, don't change something that's working. Don't change it. And I've seen that from this team also. It's working, but you decide to change it. Now, what every team does at halftime, they make adjustments, right? You're losing. Let me turn this around. I got to change this. That happens to every NFL team in this league. Okay. So if the opposite opponent has changed the gameplay because they know how you're doing it, why you don't change yours? I've seen that a lot with the Miami Dolphins. And I'm glad the 0-3 thing is over with. And now we 1-0 because that's the way I see it. Now let's go to Carolina and make it 2-0. You know, Miami has allowed 118 points this season. We only scored 83. The Jets allowed 120. New Orleans allowed 121. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. You score only 83 and you allow 118. That ain't going to do in this league. It's just continue to do what you got to do. Grind and continue to win. And that's what I'm saying. Continue to go out there and give you 100% effort and, hey, come out safe, no injuries. You know, I'm not saying that what happened to Tyreek Hill, it's a big blow for the Dolphins. Yes, it is. Because like you said, he's what, 24% of the offense, 25% of the offense? Now is, hey, what's going to happen, right? Well, we'll know now on Sunday with Waddle. We'll know. I just hope they don't fall asleep, guys. I just hope they don't. You know, I just hope what happened on Sunday. Okay, we don't start what happened on the season. I really don't. You know, I'm hearing people saying too, this is a scary game for Miami. It is a scary game for Miami. You know, when you hear those 1-8, you know, like when the Dolphins faced the Buffalo Bills, man, they were so close. So close. And then we all said it might be a trap game. And let me tell you what happened to Buffalo in that game. They felt too comfortable. Man, it's Miami. We beat them before. It's going to be okay. It was a close game until you know what happened. But now, you go to Carolina, which is a 1-3 team, just like you. You got to beat them. Regardless. You got to beat them. But once again, thank you so much, those that have joined the chat. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Don't forget to check out Alco Vale. He does gaming and he also does the Miami Dolphins. So then you got also Finn's Football Podcast. Also, man, go look at his shorts. He does a great job too. Like, he has a lot of coverage of the Miami Dolphins. I'm planning to be here tomorrow night, probably again. And then probably Saturday with college football. I think Miami plays, let me see if they didn't change the schedule, Florida State, which they lost, by the way. Florida State did lose, so they play at 7:30 p.m. Saturday. Miami, number 3 against number 18, Florida State. And Florida State was ranked up there, but they lost a big one last week. Miami rested for almost a week, but now Miami has to go to Florida. So they have a lot of good college game coming up too. So and if you like baseball, there is baseball playoffs coming up. I think every team except the Dodgers last night was the other one to advance. But the Yankees in Boston tied 1-1. Elimination game today. You had the Cubs and the Padres. I think it was also an elimination game today. And let me check on that because I know there were some good games earlier. So the Cubs are winning 3-0. Boston tonight. Detroit beat Cleveland. So that was a 1-1 game also series. So Detroit advanced. Cleveland has been eliminated. I tell you, they had some great matchup on baseball. But anyhow, let me go back to my football so people don't get afraid or shocked on this one. So, because you do have baseball fans. And tonight you got Yankees in Boston. You know how that goes. But yeah, man, listen, going back to Miami, what is your score? What do you think is going to happen? Give me a prediction. I mean, I got them 35-17. I got Tua, once again, throwing over 300 yards. Maybe it's a bold prediction. Maybe it's not, but that's how I feel. But you give me your score. What do you got, Aquavale? Miami score. You see a high-scoring game, a low-scoring game? You think the defense will struggle or the defense will pick it up? Who knows? Maybe we get our first interception of the year. Because, man, we were so close a couple of times against the Jets. See, so far, now they have Carolina 51%. Wow. And the Dolphins 48% to win this game. Wow, that's a good score. That's a good one, 30-27. You see, I went 17 because I'm gonna think Weaver's gonna put pressure on the defense. I think the Dolphins will get, and I didn't say this in the bowl prediction, I think the Dolphin defense will get 6 sacks. I think they'll get Chop Robinson loose on this guy. And even Phillip. I think they're going to open up the defense on that side. I think they're going to blitz. And some of the blitzing did not well against Miami, against the Jets. Some did, some didn't. So I think Zach Sealer will do something in this game. But remember, they don't have the top running back either. So, but who knows? Who knows? But I love that pick. I mean, I got him 35. I finally got him over the 30 like you did. You got him over the 30 points. But that's close, a field goal. Oh, and by the way, the kicker of let's give kudos to the kickers of the Dolphins. The guy that replaced Sanders. My gosh, man. That guy's amazing, dude. Which, again, he'll be picked up from the practice squad to play. So, but yeah, those are my previews, my predictions. You know, I just hope, honestly, guys, that everybody be safe from this game. Everybody come out with injury free. Hoping that nobody gets hurt. Hoping the Dolphins come home with a victory. You know, and hopefully, you know what, man, we could look back at what has happened to this team in the past. It's been over, 20 plus years. And we cannot say they're not trying. They have tried. I think, I believe so. And this is me, reading the histories and studying the history of the Dolphins and looking at the owners, at the coaches that they have in the past and all that. You cannot say that Stephen Ross, okay, and I'm going to say this is true. The man has paid the money to get the players. What's not performing is not the players, basically. It's the part of management. See, I'm a firm believer. I'm going to put this plain and simple, and I'll leave it with this. A GM should be a GM. A coach should run your coach. Okay? And one thing about Stephen Ross, he is not into the football operations. We know that. He is a man, you make a phone call, hey, I want to get this player, how much you want to give him? Hey, let's pay him. Here's a check, cut the check, get the guy here. Okay? Now, when you have a GM involved in your draft pick, involved in so many things. And I'm not saying the GM is not, should not be involved in those kind of things, but this is where I believe Miami has failed. Because if you look back to Don Shula era, and I know it's a different era, okay? We had Joe Robbie as the owner. Okay, that guy did not want to release any freaking money to play any players. But Shula learned how to coach with what he had. Remember the no-name defense? Okay, and then we had the Killer Bees. Remember that? Okay, the Blackwell brothers, Kimbo Camper, Bon Howard. I look at all that. And these are players you say, well, see, when the Dolphins were undefeated, no-name defense, it's because nobody knew who they were. Shula made them who they are. Shula coached that team. And once the GM gets involved in the team, I think that is one of the biggest mistake you could ever have. So, and I feel that way too, man. I feel that way. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So, and that's one thing I said to myself. I mean, this is why I think the Dolphins have not won. Hey, Carlos, how you doing, buddy? Thank you so much. Oh, it's okay, man. Yeah, I've been here for a little while now. So, I feel once again, and I'm going to say it again, this team could turn it around in 2025 and 26 season, of course. But it's going to start one game at a time. I just feel that they have to make some adjustments on the defensive side. Go Dolphins. Yeah, it's going to be a good game on Sunday. We will know if we really have the real Dolphins or that was a fluke, but I hope not. I hope this is the real Dolphins. I'm going to say it again, man. If we win this one, we're building a momentum for what's coming next in a couple of games. I truly believe that. I truly believe that Miami Dolphins really could make a difference coming up the last, 4 or 5 games they got. But it starts one game at a time. I'm going to tell you, Ravens are struggling. We got them. Chargers are struggling. We got them. Atlanta, same thing. Don't know which Atlanta's going to show up on Sundays. Panthers, let's be honest. They got beaten by New England Patriots pretty bad. So, listen. We cannot say we cannot do it. I believe we could do it. I believe we could win probably 4 of these 5 games coming up. Who knows? Then we take our bye week, rest, and let's get ready for make a run. Who knows? So Carlos, you have a pick for the Dolphins game tonight? I mean, not tonight. Dolphin game on Sunday, not tonight. Who do you like? I mean, you tell me. I mean, Aquavale has him 30-27. And, okay. You got 27-17. All right, by 10 points. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's a good score. I mean, what can I tell you? I mean, I want to see the defense not allow no more 30 points. I mean, they only allow, 21 against the Jets, but still, I don't want them allowed because they've been allowing a lot of points. And listen, statistics, yeah, I understand statistics, but statistics sometimes don't win games. It's actually a W, turnovers, interceptions, and fumbles and things like that. But because look, the Jets had more yards, but guess what? We won. Why? Turnovers, flags. So, but yeah, man. I mean, let's see what happens, guys. I'm gonna stay positive like I am, and I'm gonna take it one day at a time. But once again, I want to thank everybody that joined the chat tonight. They came live just to give you my little preview. And thank you for once again, Aquavale. Carlos just came in. Also Finn Football Podcast that came in. And I want to thank everybody once again. Listen, you guys have a safe day, weekend coming up because, man, we're already in October. It's amazing how the months are coming along pretty fast. I cannot believe we're already on week number 5 of the NFL. It's just going too fast. But anyhow, thank you so much. God bless you guys. And listen, always, man, fins up all the way. And by the way, if you didn't hear the news, Tyreek Hill, he is walking already with a walker. Just if you didn't hear this, guys, he is walking with a walker and he's looking great. Okay, it's just going to take step little by little. Yeah, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. But anyhow, fins up, and I'll see you guys next time. And like I said, I'm not going to be live, and I'll let you guys know by tomorrow. You guys have a blessed one, and once again, fins up. Thank you so much.